Thank you.
If you want smile.
Okay, and we are back from that little break, which is probably not a long break for you all at all.
And if you don't
For
say
us,
it, I can just
for
sing
us,
this
it was an
together.
eternity. Or I can just have Russell add in, hours and hours of music to make it seem like a long break for you.
It'll all be Space Jam.
Yes. Anywho, as Lucia was saying.
Yes. So she wants to apply what Josephine did to her, but she doesn't want to take over. Instead, she wants to just flood her head with just these sights and memories and images and everything else.
There's one small flaw with that.
No, there isn't.
Promise tomorrow.
There's one small flaw with that, because if Lucia was diablerized, how is she currently here talking with the monarch?
Josephine is keeping her there?
Is she?
I am not certain. But at this moment, if her consciousness is still alive for the moment, she's going to try and weaken Josephine and then take over. Or if that doesn't work, then try and repossess her old body, even though it's completely empty. Because I thought she had been consumed, as it were.
Okay. I would explain something, but it'd be a little metagamey. I don't know how metagamey you want me to get.
I guess try and give me enough information so I can
get a basis of what's going on.
Yeah, because
okay,
because from what I understand is like when I consumed her ghoul, like I took in a part of her.
Mm-hmm.
But since she has taken all of me, I am now a part of her. And since, this is all the whole big question, what happens to you when you die as a vampire? Like...
Yes and no. Here's the thing you gotta ask yourself, or what Lucia needs to ask herself. When she, quote-unquote, diablerized the prince, did she take the prince into her?
Yes... No.
Mm-hmm.
The prince's essence went into that tree.
Mm-hmm.
So, in this case, her essence is still around, so she could possess the coffin?
The essence is being anchored momentarily by a greater power, which is that of the matriarch.
All right.
She was able to pull Lucia away at the right moment. Where the soul could be separated from the body.
So right now her soul is gone. Is her body still usable?
Conceivably, yes. It was essentially bled dry, but there was no soul to drink.
Yeah, but if it was bled dry, then it won't move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why, like I said, she's in torpor.
Yeah.
The matriarch?
No, Lucia.
Oh, Lucia.
So I could only either my original idea works as it should, or I should try and possess whatever's in the coffin.
Well, it's entirely up to you. Or you're free to converse with the monarch some more, if you wish to get more bearings, more bases, whatever you feel.
Okay, I thought the matriarch was gone at this point. Like,
no, she's not gone yet.
Okay, how much influence do I have at this moment? She's asking the matriarch.
Influence.
Well, my body is right there, and it has no vitae in it, so I assume if I tried to go back into my body and succeeded, I would be asleep. And if I tried to possess Josephine herself, if I understand I am a ghost now, then I would have to contest with her considerable amount of willpower. And then there's my associates.
From the experience.
I have learned many things, but if I am missing something, perhaps I just need an extra push.
The matriarch smiles and she looks down. Out of all the things she is, or she was, at the heart of it all, she's just somebody who's lost. She lost her way, driven mad by the one thing that she thought she loved, that she thought she cared about. And perhaps even she has forgotten that.
Okay, at this point, that tells Lucia that her initial observation was right, and she's going to try just that and show Josephine all those images. Like, in whatever way that she knows how. Because, again, this noxious state of... She doesn't know how far she can extend herself. And that's kind of what she was asking about.
Lucia, the matriarch speaks. I can return you to your consciousness, to yourself.
But wouldn't that be foolhardy, considering there is no energy inside it, as it were?
Let's just say a part of me will go along with you. But I need you to have faith.
Faith in what?
Just faith. I need you to believe that there is something beyond you.
That's a lot to ask for.
I'm well aware of that, which is why she chose you. She thought you would never be able to.
At this point, Lucia actually does not know what to believe in, because now it's kind of like literally being asked to give up everything you ever know and just let things happen. In a situation where that seems like the most illogical choice.
Logic.
Lucia, I need you to believe. Not for me, but for yourself.
Alright. I can believe in myself. I can do this.
Now, when you come back, this will be the last of me, for I am giving that to you, a last gift. And just remember what you have learned from this encounter, from this ordeal. Remember who you are, most importantly. As you know, she is a manipulator, a great one. But you have knowledge, you have truth, and more importantly, you believe in yourself. Do you understand?
I believe I do.
With that, the matriarch goes and she extends her arms and she hugs Lucia tightly. Suddenly, boom! Everything disappears. It turns black for a moment. Zipping back to Charles.
Okay.
Charles finds this vampire kindred on top of him, siphoning out the blood rapidly.
So, here's something that's always been something I think every vampire has had this thought, at least in the back of their head, once or twice, of how I'm gonna escape this particular situation. Luckily, I still have a gun. He may not be scared of it, but it does offer a certain amount of, shotgun surgery, if you will. So, I'm going to be placing the barrel on the upper part of his jaw, removing it with a gunshot, thus preventing him of any way to draw the blood.
Okay, go ahead and make
He's attached to me. I can put the barrel against his skin. Can I really miss?
The gun can jam.
Oh, you tricky. You're gonna make me rely on my shitty rolls.
Ha ha! Take that, America.
For America! Because I'm Bandit Keith.
The boulder will not cause the gun to jam. 4 dice.
It's the pudding that makes it a binga baka boonga
The
baga.
boulder gets 1 success.
Now, you see, Bill Cosby is
Whoa.
talking to you.
Bam! The shotgun suddenly erupts underneath you. The body goes and it stumbles back a bit. He suddenly gets off you. You know, a face full of black soot and gunpowder, almost comical in a way, as you see his eyes blink. Beep beep beep.
As I continue this momentum, getting forward and pressing the gun into the chest where the heart would lie, and just keep firing again. I'm pulling the zap gun trick and pressing the gun into him.
Okay, go ahead and same roll.
I was trained long ago. This is how you hit the ducks.
This is how you.
Bing!
Slam the zap gun into the screen. One success. It's sort of working.
Bam! He goes and he stumbles back a bit and topples over the edge.
All right. Wait, he tumbled over the edge?
Yeah.
Okay, I turned to the dude who I shot in the face.
Mhm.
Is he still up?
No, yeah, he's the one who kind of stumbled back from you.
Is he up and moving, looking?
Yes.
I point the gun at him, gesture to the pit, and then put my open hand out. Give me your cell phone.
Wait, what'd you tell him?
Give me your cell phone.
Okay. You're just saying that you're not using any powers or nothing?
No, I'm just asking him nicely. I feel like I was just intimidating enough.
Okay.
Do I have to make an intimidate check?
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me an intimidate check.
Whoopity
Get
doopity.
presence plus intimidation. Plus campaign promises.
And the pudding pops.
Shut up, Dominic. Come on, 4 dice. 3 successes. Fuck yeah.
Ice cream. Get your ice cream. We gotta eat it every day.
He goes and he reaches into his robes and he gets his cell phone and he tosses it to you. Like, just take it! And he goes and he takes off running.
I call my contact. With
Your
this
clothes, your boots, your motorcycle.
a cell phone, your robes, and your teeth. I assume that this phone has been designed for caves and call my contact.
Designed for caves. Yes, it is an iPhone.
Doesn't he have a smartphone? In this day and age?
Who? Who does?
This dude I just robbed, sort of. Can I call my contact?
Yes, you can. The phone rings. And with that, suddenly, Lucia feels her body start to slowly regain consciousness. It seems as though her willpower has been refreshed, and her vitae now flows through her veins once again where it was not before.
Am I at full vitae?
Mm-hmm.
Full vitae and full willpower. Sweet. Does Josephine see her stirring?
No, but Josephine has discarded quote-unquote the empty husk.
Yeah. Trying not to give anything away. She's looking around for anything in the area to kind of restrain. What's her name? Josephine.
Try to restrain her?
Well, not necessarily like restrain her like a rope or something, but like, yeah, restrain her as it were. Like, I don't know anything really, because she needs to talk to her, but she realizes if she gives away her position, then she probably won't have too much time to.
Give her a hug. She'll never see it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say you probably should do something simple like that, because as far as she's concerned, Lucia was quote unquote dead, or out of commission, or not going to be a bother for her anymore, considering she drank her dry herself.
So would just talking set her off guard? Is that kind of what is being said?
well, Russell's the one that kind of said it when he said you should just go up and hug her or something like that. It's basically, if I just shoot a guy dead and all of a sudden he gets up and he starts talking to me, I'm gonna be like, no, what? No, I killed you. Mufasa's dead.
Okay, yeah, I suppose that's the case. I guess she's going to boost her strength,
Mhm.
with the Vitae,
Mhm.
and then try and stealthily get behind her using Obfuscate at the same time. So,
Office gate.
Obfuscate, yeah. So that way, she masks her any noise she makes, and just in case Josephine doesn't see her out of the corner of her eye or something.
Okay.
And then following that, she's going to try and basically kind of put her into a professional wrestling sleeper hold. You know where you see it where they hold someone with their arms at their sides to prevent them from escaping and stuff, and
A
that's
full
how they
Nelson.
That's called a full Nelson. God damn you, John.
that's how they killed Raditz from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Raditz.
You get what I'm saying, though, right?
If that's what you want to do.
Well, yeah, I need to talk to her, but I need to do it in such a way where she can't hurt me, and it'll have the greatest effect if I understand things.
No, yeah, that would work in theory. Yes. No, the only. How can I say this without sounding too metagamey? The dice haven't been in your favor tonight for anyone.
So what you're telling me that there is
Three
a chance
intimidate.
that it could work.
Yes, but there's also a chance that it can backfire on you, and you're newly given second chance.
Well, if I just talk to her, then she might not listen, or I got to remind her. That is what my goal is I got to cause her brain to jumpstart.
All right. Well, once again, like I said, just do what you feel is right.
All right. Well, that doesn't feel right. That just feels like the smart thing to do. Um. Okay. Could she turn instead invisible using obfuscate,
Uh-huh.
and then she'll talk?
Wow.
She could do that, yes.
Yes. That is my new goal.
Okay. Go ahead and spin the blood, make the roll.
All right. Well, I don't think I spend any blood for obfuscate, do I?
Russell, you have the book with you? Because I don't have my book with me.
Yes, I do.
I'm going
Yes,
to it right now.
diddly do.
I bet I'll get to it before he does.
I'm flipping. I just passed Invictus. Step 1, 3 skills.
I'm at Majesty.
Ah, the Invictus. I do miss
Dread,
it.
Obfuscate.
Nightmare. Obfuscate. Got there too. Took a attack.
No cost.
Cost of. God damn it. I just did that.
Okay, well, at least make the roll.
Intelligence, stealth plus obfuscate.
Mhm.
All right then. Boogie oogie woogie. And my sheet says 4 dice plus. I'm hiding, right? So I get that dice too.
Yeah, technically.
All right. So I'm rolling 11 dice. Six successes.
Gotta make it smooth.
You disappear, vanish.
And then I say.
In fact, you disappear so well you forget where you are.
And then I
Where
say.
am I?
I say loud enough to be heard, but not enough to pinpoint where it was said from. Remember Carthage.
She suddenly stops. She looks around. Who said that?
Remember Claudius.
She seems genuinely concerned, genuinely nervous for the first time ever.
Remember, the guy's name started with an A. I don't want to say it was Aeon because that doesn't sound right.
Anno.
Anno, yeah. Remember Anno.
Anno. Yes, Anno's here. We're gonna bring him back and
And he
see
will
him again.
And he will kill everything. And he will betray you once more.
Anno didn't betray me.
Remember,
Just wasn't ready then. I'm ready now.
he killed Claudius. And then you, in your fury, harmed an innocent mortal.
No, that's not true.
You stole the life out of someone. You have betrayed the own ideals of Carthage.
She starts to grumble a bit angrily. Carthage is nothing but a failed experiment, a failed memory. This suddenly rings out as I'm pretty sure everybody in the area can hear it now.
Mm-hmm.
Those knights were lost to us. We will never have them back because of his betrayal.
And you vowed to bring them back, and yet you follow in the very same path. Remember, even now he dooms you.
Suddenly zipping back to Charles. Charles hears all this as he's going on and the phone's ringing.
Pick up.
But yes.
Listen, perhaps you've been watching around lately. I say, ducking somewhere farther away from combat.
Yes, we have. The sky's cleared up already.
That's great. Listen, I dealt with your sister. Some things intervened in the way, but I think she's okay.
Yes, we had Bishop come and bring her as soon as he could.
Yes.
She's safe now. That's why things are able to clear up. It's a long story.
Listen. They're not quite done yet. I really need your assistance right now. I need this is for everyone's good right now. I need you to trust me a little.
I need guns. Lots of guns.
You're not far off. Can you do something for me?
I need you to send a fireball through my phone.
Listen, you're still with your magical friends, right?
Yes.
All of you are there?
Well, we're about to celebrate, yes.
So a lot of you put together means you're more powerful, right? You can do more impressive things. You can, do more than you can alone, because alone you're not that good, right?
Yes.
Excuse me. Now is not the time for pleasantries, I say. Again, looking at someone Rorschach or Wilhelm screams across the cavern. Listen, the person who kidnapped your sister is here, and they're about to awaken a very old, very powerful thing. Do you think you could send things through my cell phone?
Like text messages?
Like explosives. Your magical things. I don't know what. It's not my field.
Magical Trevor.
Well, I personally do not have that.
There's a bunch of you there. Can't any of you do anything? You're useless.
You're really putting a strain on our working relationship. You know that?
I just saved your sister. This is important for all of us, Miss Elantra. I've done a bunch for you in the past. I'd be willing to help you in the future. I still think there's something wrong with your sister that I may need to check in further. There was several strange vials in this room while I was examining. I suspect she may have been poisoned somehow. By one of our kind, something that may not be as easily detectable by yours. Lie.
Lie.
I had to make that checker, and she just believed me in the heat of the moment.
You know what? Go ahead and give me a persuasion plus. I will have to say manipulation roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and guess who's putting willpower into it? My last willpower. That's how important this thing is for my future plans. She's poison. 10 dice.
She's
Willpower. Thank you.
poison.
That's what I needed. 5 successes.
Okay, fine. What is it you want us to do exactly? I know the specifics.
There is a
I'm
very...
not going to get cross-distance paradox for this.
Don't worry, I don't think there's anyone down here that would disturb your little shyness effect. I don't even know what that is yet. I mumbled, looking across the field. Listen, there's a coffin, about average-sized coffin, made of stone, puts a dead body inside. There's a big canyon of fire, and there's a woman who needs to die. I'm going to chuck my phone at the woman who needs to die, who happens to be somewhat near the coffin right at the moment. Rain everything down upon my phone.
So be it, but don't say we didn't warn you.
Okay, give me 60 seconds. No, wait, 2 minutes. I need to be far away from this.
Wait, hold on. I gotta get the guys together.
Okay, 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, do it. I really can't be on the phone right now, I say, as more things ensue.
Suddenly, okay, zipping back over. Celine reaches down. She presses her hand towards Trent's forehead, forcibly ending whatever blood rage was fueling him. She reaches down and she removes the stake. Are you alright now, young one?
What happened?
It is a long story, and I will tell you another time, but for now, things have taken an interesting turn.
What's going on? Where's Lucia?
She goes and she motions towards, she motions towards Josephine, and seeing as how Lucia, has since vanished, she doesn't know herself.
That bitch. We gotta kill her. Scrambling.
A moment, child. Something odd has happened. She goes and
What's going on?
she looks up and they listen. And you, who would speak as though you know me, Josephine says a bit angrily. Yet you do not have the audacity to show yourself. You are no different than them in Carthage. Cowards, all of them. When it came down to it, you would abandon the dream.
Is it any different than what you do now? Bringing death and destruction on a whole.
If people cannot live in peace, I will bring a peace to the people, even if that means exterminating them all.
But what of you? Where's your peace? What of the peace of your love for Anno, the one who betrayed you, the one who you would swear you would control, and in return what you did was took a simple mortal and bent him to your will? A slave, nothing more.
And with that, suddenly, Giovanni stops. It is done. Josephine's attention turns back towards the coffin. I need to see it then. So she rushes over towards the coffin, she grasps it and boom! She throws it away. She looks down. It's empty. I don't understand, it's empty. She goes and she looks towards Giovanni. What's going on? It's empty.
Even now, in death, he will be the end of you.
For the first time, she seems complex, lost, just as she did that night when Carthage fell. She was betrayed.
Only this time, you are now standing where Anno stood.
She drops the lid, and it lands on the floor with a loud thud.
Do you love Devon, or do you love what was in the coffin? What of Devon, who you've chained?
Josephine looks down towards the coffin lid, and she looks back up towards the voice, wherever it's coming from. I don't like the way you speak like you know me. How do you know these things?
As ancient as time it is, even all things must come to an end.
But you speak of things I've long forgotten, that time itself is robbed from me.
I speak for those from whom you've done the same.
Okay, and what is Lucia gonna do now? She's sufficiently, quote-unquote, broken, Josephine.
Alright, I don't necessarily know what the state of broken is. I mean, it's not like she's under any compulsion or anything, but it's more snapped her out of a crazy, I guess, 2 millennia long bloodlust.
I suppose.
So in any case, it's more of a trying to get Josephine to admit her sins.
With that, suddenly, Josephine goes and she turns, her eyes flashing an orange for a moment. She looks about. There you are. Why do you hide yourself from me? You were dead.
Maybe I still am.
But I can see you clear as day.
You can see me, but I know you.
Why do you speak as though you know me? I don't like it.
I speak to remind you. In all this time, did you ever wonder where Devon went?
Devon, I
Devon was not Anno. Never was. And in your blind confusion, not only did Carthage fall, it fell for a second time.
By this time, the fighting that's going on in the area seems to have stopped, seems to have halted. Most of the cultists that are in the area are either dead or they're now confused by the transition of things that have happened. All the things I have done, and for what? For what point? What purpose?
A broken heart never mended.
Suddenly, see Devon standing off in the distance. Lucia, I know you're here. I can't see you, but I know you're here.
That would be correct.
It's broken.
Then you are free.
Yes, but there's something I need to do first. He goes and he walks over towards Josephine, walking slowly. His hand extends and he brushes past her hair, exposing her neck. Then he bites in.
Would this have been enough time for, say, for me to notice, like, Russell or anything else like that?
Yeah.
Um, is there anything else happening?
Everything seems to be kind of transfixed for one of two reasons on what's going on here. One, the coffin opened, that kind of like, a big gasp of like, oh, it's finally here, or oh no, it's finally here type thing, and then the big come down as a result of that.
And he's feeding on her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can she says, let her be.
Lucia says that?
Yes.
He does not stop.
Hey, can I do something?
Are you doing something?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm frozen or not.
No, well, I mean, you said give him 5 minutes.
Well, here's what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
Run over to Cole.
Hang up
Well,
the phone.
I'm invisible.
Oh, you're right. Damn it.
Yeah, yeah.
Run to Maddox.
Hold
Are
the
you
phone.
Are you still staked? I'm still holding the phone.
No, he
Are
was
you-
unstaked.
Okay, I'm running over to you to confirm your validity and existence.
I'm
sorry.
not near Trenton.
You're right. I'm going to run over to him and explain something.
Charles.
Maddox.
Can I hear what they're saying? By any means?
No.
Do you have Auspex?
Yes, I do.
Do you have it activated?
Shepard.
If I see them running, towards each other, I need another out here. So yeah.
Okay. You guys can converse.
All right.
I was like waiting. I was
Yeah,
like,
waiting.
I didn't realize. I was waiting for the results. But
No, it's
I guess there isn't
Auspex.
results on an Auspex.
Auspex,
You're right.
level 1.
Roll Mega Listen. Anyway, pull up in front of Maddox. Maddox.
Good God, man, what's wrong with you? You look terrible. Where's your hat?
Oh God, where is that? No, focus. All right.
Where the fuck is my hat?
You just noticed now. Situations have changed rapidly. We need to leave now. Say, spinning the phone. Where's Cole?
I don't know. I was looking all over for her. I don't see her anywhere.
We need to find her now. We have leaning the phone. How many minutes?
About 4 minutes to go.
About 4 minutes before tea party.
Oh, that was so lame. Oh,
Excuse me?
sorry, that was out of character. But seriously, 5
What do you
seconds
mean?
till tea party.
I was saying something. What do you mean?
Sorry, that was a thing someone said about explosives before.
Is?
Yes, it was so lame.
Quiet.
I don't know the reference.
Don't worry about it then.
Okay, never mind.
Anywho,
Regardless, find Cole now and then start leading the way out. I'll go stash this. You hear that? I say into the phone. And then I run to. Are these people that are doing the thing with the diablerization and the eating near the coffin?
yes, they are.
I'm gonna go throw this phone in the coffin, leaving it on and on speaker.
All right. On speaker.
Yeah, on speaker.
Now that I've
Hey.
heard that, I speak very, very calmly and whisper into Devin's ear. If you wish to leave, you should leave now.
Bide me a moment.
You have to make a choice, life or death.
I've already made my moment. I do this not for power. I do this for her. And as he bites in, you sort of can feel the last essence of her vampirism dissipate in that last moment.
Josephine's?
You hear Just soft little whisper. I know. And then there's nothing left.
Seeing as how the cell phone mage bomb was thrown into the coffin now.
Hey, you don't know it's a cell phone mage bomb.
Okay, I know you're doing something, and I know it involves whatever the hell you're doing. Lucia leaves while still invisible, and
Right,
She walks over to Trent and says, "I am gone."
What? Who said that?
What the fuck?
Ghosts!
Then I'm gone.
Suddenly with that, as everybody goes and they start to vacate the premises, as it will, some of the cult members stay behind because they are just simply lost without leadership, without guidance, without anything.
They drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it's cool, bro.
And with that, that will be the end of the Chronicle. Now we're going to take a short break, and I'm going to go over closure for you guys.
No huge explosion.
Can't we have like a sunset scene?
And we are back with a little closure and wrap-up of the Chronicle. Alright then. Several moments pass and everyone is outside of the building. The clouds that were so thick and seemed to blot out the sun and the night sky itself have all but vanished.
What time of day is it? Shit.
Well, it's not morning right now.
Oh.
I just said, because remember, there were thick clouds covering the entire city.
Okay.
What I said is you can now clearly see the morning sky. I'm sorry, the night sky. I don't know why I said morning.
Whew.
In other words, you can see stars. You couldn't see stars for a while because it was so thick.
We're not gonna melt though.
What morning? Ah!
Run outside.
You see outside waiting. There seems to be Red. Looks as though she made it out all right, and the rest of the Carthians, they're there. They're like, Trent, Charles, are you all right? Once the place came down, I went to go get some help. What little help I could get from the city, and I'm glad to see you're all right.
Oh.
I've been in tighter spots.
No.
Do a barrel roll.
Shit. Gonna brush some excess dust off shoulder. We turned out all right, Miss Red, comrade. But unfortunately, those others have fared oh so poorly. Turning back towards the cathedral. Ooh, we lost tonight, Maddox.
Just then, as Charles turns back to the cathedral, there's a loud boom. It seems as though it's very loud, very underground, but very, very noticeable. It shakes the ground almost as though, a small earthquake would.
Charles calmly produces a pair of sunglasses and slowly slides them on his face.
I wear my sunglasses.
Zan hat.
And with that is the end of the Chronicle.
Wasn't
But
my plan.
what became of the characters? Well, once order was restored back to the city itself, Cassandra reapproached Trenton. She would, of course, extend an offer to let him travel with her and the rest of the pack, if for no other reason than for him to learn more about himself and more about the brood. Charles attained some matter of status after one confronting Nikolai, but not just that, having sufficient evidence to expose him as a member of Seven. And as a result of that, he is appointed to internal affairs and works closely with both Sheriff Gillian Graves, and Sergeant Walden. But now for Lucia. What became of Lucia? Nobody saw her leave that night. So what became of Lucia?
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna tell this ending. Oh, yes, it is indeed true. No one saw Lucia leave. Instead, with her unnaturally superpowered aspects, not aspects,
Obfuscate?
obfuscate. She took the opportunity instead to not only warn her former coterie to get out. Well, not necessarily wait for her, at least. And she simply left. She did, however, stop for a moment at the as she was leaving to see what would become of Devon and Josephine. But after whatever she saw there, she simply left. She went to her ghoul, and they both vanished.
And never they were heard from again. And that is going to be the Chronicle of the Lost Knights. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So, first of all, I hope it was enjoyable to listen to for the audience, but also for the players themselves.
Woot!
Mm-hmm.
No, keep in mind, I offered you guys closures. That doesn't mean your characters were obligated to take them.
I guess I made my own, so it doesn't matter.
Well, no, yeah, but I mean, I had things specifically in mind for Trenton and for Charles, just given how their characters developed through the course of the game. But Lucia was so radical, so different. She was like she would literally change from one game to the next.
Well, mostly she changed in response to her environment.
So then I guess we'll do positives and negatives of the session.
Is Russell gonna weigh in on how Charles would proceed from here on?
Yeah, he's more than welcome to. I mean, he could have done that for like a week or so and then be like, no, it's not my thing, or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, most specifically, actually, I had a very different idea in mind for what happens immediately after, actually.
That's fine. That's fine.
I was cut off with an explosion now.
Would you
So,
care to share it with us?
You want me to say it? Well, okay.
I had a very different idea in mind.
Yeah, give us a gist.
Not gonna. Well, here's
Give us a gist of what would happen to Charles.
the gist being that I don't know if this is what happens because I can't specify, and this is also a very radical idea. Perhaps just what the attempted plan is. Let's see. Who died?
Well, you have to remember, Charles was given that position. That doesn't mean he accepted it.
This is the plans that happened as soon his plans in his mind as soon as they escaped that church. Because who had died in those tunnels? The highest-ranking member of the Order of Requiem, the highest-ranking member of Valencia Sanctum, the prince, to his knowledge, the sheriff, and who was left behind? A close comrade in the form of the fellow Carthian, a lot of people who have no prominent leader and lack any sort of significant presence, and a city in chaos with several people who owe a couple of favors. Rather than just taking a position in internal affairs, this was a chance to vie for prince position.
Very well.
Because
Very good.
there's no other people in positions of power at the moment except for Red. And
the
and the
great vacuum.
Exactly. There's
There's a power vacuum.
woman, but she can be taken. Oh, and the Benedictus guy is gone too. So Circle of Crone and Carthians are the only people left.
Carthians run this.
Exactly, and we outnumber Circle of Crone by a significant majority.
Nice. Okay. What about for Charles? I'm sorry, for Trenton.
Trenton
There's
would at
always
this
position.
point. Trenton would at this point, I think, understand or come to terms with this sort of twisted Belial's brood tactic or strategy at developing their youth. And I think that he would almost find, even though the brood destroyed his family, or at least his two parents, he'd find that going on the road with them being a better option than staying in what to him seems like an even more twisted and corrupt city.
Well
And
played.
so the politics are not his idea
A fun time.
of a good ending. So I think the good ending is to be with the savage,
The nomads.
the nomads. Yes. So he's gonna take off, hit the open road, buy a Winnebago.
No.
No.
All right then. Well then, let's do positives and negatives just for the session for now. So positives. I'll start with Dominic.
Oh, it was a great wrap up. Damn, can you start here?
Remember, just a session, not the chronicle.
Yeah, just a session. Oh no, I can't uh go on the whole chronicle right now. Just the for a final
Well, you're
session.
gonna go on the chronicle next, right after we do the session.
Oh shit! Really? Okay. All right. So just a session. The best part was the blast from the past with the fall of Carthage. I mean, it was kind of sprung so quickly on Russell and I to enter into these new NPCs. So we
Well,
kind of just
yeah.
like did.
The only thing with that, like I was gonna say, is I've been meaning to ask you guys for a while, but whenever like either one of you would be on and the other one wouldn't, and I wanted to ask you guys
Right.
both at the same
No, no,
time.
I didn't really have a problem with that because it kind of let us just kind of just improv, you know, and just do it, just get it done, you know, which was kind of fun. It was rather than having like this prepared character and you know something that we made ourselves and stuff. And I thought Russell and I did well for like you know entering into these characters that had this relationship and stuff.
You did very
And
well.
yeah, and they're really good characters too. I especially liked Eris. I kind of wanted to have Eris's character, what Charles got or what Russell got. But yeah, they were fun to do. But also it was just it made everything more epic. And it seems like something that like almost every I mean a vampire could just there's so much opportunity to have like those like ancient stories
Hmm.
and mix in with like the contemporary stories and like just go back and forth and like it was fun because we did it very like uh you know it was very it was expedient like we were here and then we were there we got like that ancient tale done and we came back here and it really made everything a lot richer but yeah so that's it.
Okay, that's the only positive.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was just fun all around, but I just that part really, I mean, I was staked. So for a lot of for like the latter end, but that I mean the ancient Rome or ancient Carthage thing was really cool. So
All right, Russell.
I enjoyed the session. I thought the time jump backwards thing was a really cool thing, the concept. I'll get that later. Let's see. I, it did allow Saul to. Well, actually, another thing about it, you did get staked for the latter half, Dominic. I kind of forgot about that. But I was like, I feel like we all get to do things, but then I guess you were a corpse for a lot of it.
it was, I mean, I thought that was fine, but yeah.
That's pretty much it.
All right, Henry.
For the session, right?
Mhm.
All right. Positives for the session. I really liked how it all really flowed. We didn't necessarily have the hangups that we typically do, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Um, I really liked how expedient it was. And it was really interesting to see kind of, dipping into the past and interacting with it. And that was pretty seamless too, and I was really appreciative of that. Although
I told you it would be.
it did kind of catch me by surprise. Although admittedly it confused me a whole lot more.
In a good way or a bad way?
I don't know. Because like I felt there was
Insult the
well,
psychologist.
this will kind of blend into my negative, but I'll go into more detail than that. The only reason why it's a maybe is because it put just a little bit of pressure on me that I didn't know what to do.
Well, no, like I said, that's why you had, or I tried to convey to you, you had opportunities to basically ask, hey, what should I do, type thing.
Yeah, that I was asking, trying to get a feel of the situation, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just for info for Henry, just because Henry probably has no idea like what went into us taking on those characters or even like preparing for that whole situation. But, like we probably had as much preparation as you, Henry, except for we just got a character sheet, but which I thought was good because it was fresh.
That might as well.
Well, yeah. Well, hold on. We'll talk about that once we get to the chronicle itself.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of specific to the session.
Well, yeah, yes
that
it is. Yes it is. But okay. I guess after I do the positives and negatives, I want to touch on that. Then we'll go to the chronicle.
Okay. Well, that's half of my bads for this session.
Okay.
Is that thing in concept really cool? In practice, I don't know if it works quite as well. But other people.
Oh,
have,
man.
Oh wait,
no,
hold on.
I'm gonna be
Henry.
mean today.
Okay, wait, hold on. Well, wait just a minute. I don't know if Henry was done with his positives.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, for the session, I think wrapping up my positives, I really liked how I got 3 exceptional successes.
Me too.
you're such a mechanic whore.
No, it's not that I'm a mechanic whore. It's just that makes me feel like I'm being a badass.
It's nice to win.
Yeah, like remember like all those times I would roll like 7 and 8 dice and got zeros.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Except
I was there
Best
today.
day ever.
See, it's all about your perspective because I think failures are far more entertaining.
Failure
I
is
like
fun.
no.
Exceptional
See,
successes.
I always react to my failures. They're not any less fun than my successes. But
But
remember,
because you fail so much,
Yeah,
there's
failures are different than continuous failures.
yeah.
Right.
Especially when you're trying to do something, not necessarily just failing at life in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really happy about kicking ass and taking names.
Success.
Okay. On to negatives. I'll start backwards now with Henry.
Negatives? Really the only negative was that pressure that I was trying to find what I was supposed to do. Like I was like thinking, like racking my brain. That's why I kind of went silent. I was like, I was watching this and I was just like, okay, pay attention. Game's all on you now. It's all on your shoulders. If you fuck up, everyone will hate you.
Everyone will die.
One of those words
Yeah.
highlighted in blue, and that's the word you have to pay attention to.
Oh no, yeah, because it shouldn't have felt like that. It should have just felt like, oh, this is a mystery.
Yeah.
Well, it
Well,
wasn't.
yeah, that's how I intended it to feel, but the whole reason why I kept going back and telling you, hey, you're free to ask questions, because I didn't want you to feel like, oh, okay, John's forcing me to watch this, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I can see where Henry's coming from with the because Henry's the only one witnessing it, or I mean, I should
And
say
how
Henry.
am I-
Lucia was the only one witnessing it, so Henry went into this knowing, oh shit, I got to come out of this vision thing with the information enough to solve the problem. Because
I had to have the answer to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, because
And if
I or
didn't,
Russell
then
wasn't going to
it
be able
was
to
my
help out.
fault. Yeah.
But
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, that was essentially it. It's just like
pressure.
it was fun, but like that pressure was like a lot. Like just trying to figure out how am I going to do this.
Well, personally, from the game master's perspective, I think that added to the intensity of the moment.
It certainly did.
Because it was suddenly like, okay, now Lucia finally gets Josephine to a degree. She gets what's going on, but what is she going to do about it? That's what I was really, really curious how you were going to react to it.
Actually, this actually reminded me of another negative. I don't know how to explain this negative because it's not really so much a negative. but like, I really don't know how to explain it. It
Or
was
just
just a
say it.
it was just a sensation that I got after the uh, the past revisit vision dream death future thing.
Mhm.
I don't know. It wasn't about the pressure, and I enjoyed it, and it was fun. But something about it felt a little, I don't know. Like again, I don't know how to describe it. Like it was just this weird sensation that I got like out of it. Like I wouldn't describe it as a negative though, but you're only doing positives and negatives.
Well, try to describe it because you're giving me vague
Are
generalizations.
you being bisexual about the critic?
Okay, hold on. God, this is so hard to like try and put into words because it's hard to put a feeling that you can't categorize into
Search your
words.
feelings.
Was it a good feeling, a bad feeling? Did you like it? Did you not like it?
I just
It-
don't know. I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think
I
it
like-
was I think it was a general confusion. Like that's really all I can say. But maybe I didn't get something, and that's why I was feeling just a tiniest bit confused.
Hmm.
I don't
I really
how
don't
to
know.
describe it because I was paying attention. I was like there, and I was like,
Well, the only thing I can tell you, Henry, and this is not meant to sound negative at all, is sometimes I can give you something simple, and you're looking for the deeper meaning when all it is something simple.
that is probably almost exactly what it is. I was
Maybe
probably
you're
staring too
overthinking.
far.
Well, it was like,
Yeah,
remember, I thought that we should have had the matriarch enter LeBlanc's body.
And then you turned him to stone.
Like that was my original. Like that was maybe too. I don't know if what that was, but that was like my. That's what I thought our plan should be when we came into the cathedral, originally. But like it wasn't really something that was even possible. Um, I don't know. It was simpler than that.
My plan was just
yeah,
to win.
I'm gonna have to probably agree with you, John. I was probably just
Overthink. What I think it is you might have been panicking because it came down to the wire. So you were overthinking the situation. You're like, okay, this and this is that equals this equals that. Now I can do this, but then that'll happen. And if I do that, then this will happen.
yeah, that actually describes it.
Yeah, you were overthinking a bit. I'm sorry.
No, because it's not a negative. It's just like,
It's a comment.
yeah, just like, I, tacos.
And thus it was.
All right, Russell. Oh wait, if that's all you got, Henry.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, Russell.
Okay,
Where to start?
see. I'm gonna be mean today because I need to.
Because it's 4 in the morning where he lives.
No, it's 3:40 in the morning where I live.
Okay, well hurry up so you can go to bed, sleepyhead.
I'm not sleep. I got other shit to do. I still have to map out a private school, make a LARP weapon.
He's gotta
Shut
wave
up!
two middle. He's gotta wave 2 middle fingers in the air.
Woo! And fire guns.
Anywho.
Sorry. So, this one of the complaints I have, if we're not talking about the time traveling thing,
Mhm.
is the set. I don't know. There's something about it. The whole thing. It felt a bit scattered and loose, I suppose is the word I'm looking for.
House.
I didn't feel like there was a bunch of things that were happening and a bunch of states or emotions. Maybe that's not the word I'm looking for. But a bunch of feelings that were going on at a bunch of different times. Like there was this Back to the Future Revelation style thing going on, and at the same time there was this fighting going on. At the same time there was this Josephine End of the World bit going on. It felt like there was a bunch of things going on at the same time, and plus there was apparently this fight in the background with cultists and the race against. It felt like that none of them were being emphasized strongly enough, and because of that, they all felt kind of weaker in comparison to each other. None of them were raised strongly enough. Like they didn't get enough time to brew.
Yeah, I can kind of understand what you're saying, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I do have a reason why I didn't do that for a number of reasons. One, it was already late, and I didn't want to. Okay, in my opinion, as a storyteller, I didn't want to throw in anything that was unnecessary to the direct plot itself.
Well, because the Josephine thing took front stage.
Well, no, it's not the Josephine thing. It's the Lucia thing because the the way that I saw it for that particular scene is that Lucia is the only one that would have some, I guess, chance of understanding what was going on, only because they had some connection in some way, shape, or form.
You don't gotta understand it if you just don't blow it up. Just saying.
What?
You don't have to understand it if you're just gonna blow it up. Just saying, though.
Well, either way,
he
you
did
blew it
prove
up.
that. He did prove you can just blow it up and then put sunglasses on.
I was gonna say something, then we cut.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Oh, well, you cut suddenly. It's too late now!
What were you gonna say?
No, it's too late now. Lost.
Oh,
I know
Okay.
I know the next time I have a character who puts on sunglasses, I know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah!
No,
Oh, what?
I'll tell you later. You'll see it like when it happens.
You'll see it when it happens.
Oh,
Okay. Anywho, was that all you got, Russell, for negatives?
Uh, pretty much, yeah.
So he was just starting.
Yeah. When it comes to the whole stuff that happened at Carthage, the reason why that was meant to be a backstage thing is because let me think if I can explain this, or at least what was going through my mind when I was running that. You guys were basically reliving somebody else's memories from what they remembered, or at least thought they remembered, and memories are never 100%. That's all I can say in that regard.
So did you give him a script for that?
No?
No,
No,
no.
no. We only
We're
got a
talking about
character
that now?
sheet.
They just got character sheets with a short little paragraph for like a bio and motivation, and that's pretty much it.
Interesting.
And pretty much the rest they winged themselves, and I will applaud you guys. I was very impressed with how well you did.
That was really cool, guys. For it was it. I thought it was scripted, like
No,
not like scripted. Okay, not scripted in the sense of like poorly acted or anything, but I mean like y'all all had it planned out. Like it was like one cohesive thing. Does that make sense?
No, we were shooting from our hip.
Yep.
Like
And,
it felt all of y'all were in sync. Like it didn't feel awkward at all. But like I don't know. Does this make sense or am I just rambling?
no,
I felt it. I felt it while we were doing it because I felt like Russell and I were just like tuning in.
Leading the charge.
We
Well,
were
then-
getting in the zone.
let me play the negative Nancy and say I didn't feel that way.
You didn't feel
Really?
that
I
way.
felt nervous the whole time. I was stepping on tippy toes.
Yeah.
That might have actually helped that character because that character was so like sleeky and
I don't know. I felt like
hooded-
I didn't want to do anything for fear of accidentally saying something ill-advised the wrong way. So, like, because
Oh, I see. I can see how that could be. Yeah.
Like, if I accidentally say that the key to it all is saving Anno, then it's like, well, shit, that wasn't John's plan at all.
Well, no, it would have been fine actually. However, you guys would have gone because if anything, when the whole betrayal happened, that would have added even more. Because that could have had a double meaning. The key is saving Anno, but not the key saving Anno being the key to our salvation. The key to unraveling all the secrets.
Yeah, maybe I've had more freedom with the Claudius figure because I knew that he was doomed in a way. I kind of already knew what the result was for that character. Like he was gonna die or something, or just because of the prophecy or whatever. Even though that could have not came true, I guess. But at that, when we entered into it, I just thought, oh well, this guy's gonna die, so I'll just, be the soldier or whatever,
I will murder.
Yeah. But I mean, the other thing is, Russell's character was harder to do because He had
Well,
to be a prophet.
yeah. I was gonna say that's also why I gave that character to Russell, because I thought,
Yeah.
I mean, no offense, Dominic, but I thought Russell is the stronger RPer because he's been doing it longer.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I agree with. I agree with.
Burn.
Step aside.
No, I agree with that decision. I think that Russell. That's why I thought that I wouldn't have imagined that you felt that way about playing Eris. I thought that you were into it, and I thought that because you were actually presenting
You were
prophecy
meshing
and
very
stuff.
well. Yeah, you're meshing very
Yeah,
well.
and like but you're being very prophetic, even though you didn't know what
What
John
the
where
hell
John
was
was
going on?
going. You know.
But
Yeah,
that was so fun.
I totally thought he knew exactly what was going on, so that's why certain actions
And
I
you know,
did.
I even thought that you knew more than I did. I
I
thought
was
that John
sending
had talked.
a couple messages to John, mainly those being, "Hey, I seriously don't want to say something ill here," so.
Right.
And then I asked if I could blow up the building.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like if there was something I felt Eris would know, I would send Russell a message. I'd say, "Hey, Eris knows this. You know, it's up to you whether that comes out or not. You know, type thing."
Yeah, basically all I had to do, I quickly was Wikipediaing Centurions from ancient Rome, just to figure out what the fuck a Centurion did.
Oh, really?
They were the heads. A centurion was a part of a Roman legion. They were their elite soldiers.
Right. They were, yeah, and
A legion was
Uh,
8,000 men. They wore silly hats.
and apparently they were the leader of a century
Hmm.
of legionaries. That's why I read on Wikipedia.
Well, anywho, we're still going with negatives, I believe.
Facts. Let's
Anything
see.
else, Russell? You want to criticize my hard work any more?
Yeah, I do actually. I really do. No, I'm good.
Okay. Dominic,
I have one negative, and it's probably going to be obvious.
that you were staked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't have any problem with being staked, and actually, I actually think it probably helped the situation because Trenton. I mean, my meta head says, "Oh, it sucks that Trenton couldn't do stuff or whatever." But
Oh, well, hold on. Let me just interject slightly. Did you guys like how the Synthocell kind of came full circle?
That was another thing that I felt didn't really get emphasized enough.
Yeah, actually,
That should have been more. Holy
really?
shit! I was right. Synthocell was evil.
Although I'm gonna have to kind
well,
of
for my character, I felt that way.
I'm gonna have to
Sorry.
parrot something that John said to me, like I think last game,
Mhm.
was that we probably would have known that had we gone in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we'd have gone and investigated.
So
that-
sure, like it would have been nice and stuff, but we went in a completely different direction, and I don't think that I don't know.
Well, let me
Yeah,
let me put it from the perspective of the guy that was actually drinking the Synthocell. I started
Sucks
drinking.
To be you.
Well, no, but I started drinking the Synthocell fully anticipating that there was going to be some negative effect to it. I didn't know what it was going to be. I knew there had to be something. There wasn't going to be a concoction being distributed in this game without there being like some ill effect. Like it just made me feel great. No, I'm sorry. There's gonna be something,
bullshit.
especially with all this stuff. We knew that blood was being transfused from werewolves and stuff.
Side
like-
effects may include demon possession.
Right. I knew so when that all came down, like, oh, it's control, really, like, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it makes
I can explain to you guys the technicalities of Synthocell later.
No,
well, I wouldn't even want you to explain it. I like the sign. It doesn't need to be. I don't need like an
Okay.
explanation.
You like the mystery.
Yeah, it made it, as soon as you said, "Oh, how much Synthocell did you drink?" When I was trying to make a will, when I was trying to resist her control, and that just it made complete sense. Then I was like, "Well, okay, there it is," which I thought worked well. I thought that was cool.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, no. Anyways, this is negatives, not positives. But yeah, it was just. I mean, obviously, I was staked for a significant amount of time.
Yeah,
but at the end,
I
was-
kept trying. I kept trying to hurry it along so that way Celine could unstake you. But
at any time, fucking Charles could have unstaked me, right?
yeah, exactly. That's
I
what I
was
kept waiting
also
for.
trying to
I
get over
kept-
to you.
I kept waiting to see if Charles was gonna do that. When I was like, okay, I'm
It's so
about to
inc-
wrap up, and Charles hasn't done this, so I guess I'll have an NPC do it.
I
It's
was
so
waiting
part
a
of Charles'
while.
character, though. Charles wouldn't. He'd be like, "Oh, I'll stake him later." Like,
You know what? I
there's
had
more
a plan
important
for
things
you
to
when
do.
all was said and done. You were going to turn into the sheriff because I figured that I would also kill the sheriff. I was going to kill
Yeah.
everybody.
With a flying kick. Oh yeah, by the way, that was the other negative was, which is also like the biggest positive of every session was Charles' flying kick. Failure. Dude, that was the most hilarious thing I had heard this entire game. Was
Damn
that?
it.
And
Like,
then and then the strike of pose like, "What's up? How's it going?"
Totally on purpose. Yep.
No one saw that.
Totally.
Okay, now let's move on to the actual chronicle itself as a whole.
Wait, can I take a piss?
No.
You know what? Go ahead, take the piss. We'll edit it out. Anywho, I'll just go ahead and say off the record because this will probably be edited out. I was really nervous about concluding this game, only because I knew what I wanted to happen, but I was worried that it wouldn't feel as grand enough, or it would feel too, what's the word? Too to the point ish. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It kind of
Oh, yeah.
does, but it kind of doesn't.
It's like it's like
It's like
I
a
didn't.
thing.
Yeah, it's like I didn't want you guys to show up, and it's like, okay, this happens, that happens, game over. You know, I wanted it to feel. I don't know how to say, I wanted it to feel like a game. You know.
Organic.
Yes, I wanted to feel organic, alive. I
And
wanted
it
you guys
did.
to know that your characters had purpose. They had meaning for what was going on. They had a reason to be there.
Right.
I can agree with that.
So that was the only major thing I was concerned about when it came to wrapping up the game.
All right.
Okay. And we are back, and Russell will edit all that out.
Oh boy.
Now then, let's talk about the overall chronicle itself. Hopefully, first of all, I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yes.
Quite
Yes.
so.
Yes, quite. I shall have my
Quite.
tea and crumpets.
Yes.
Yes.
That's Victoria.
Okay, looking back at the
That's-
chronicle as a whole, let's go ahead and do, I guess, negatives. Give me the negatives first.
Uh-oh, someone's going to be fishing for compliments at the end of this.
Which means we have to destroy his soul now.
Yeah, before I can go stronger.
So who's going first?
Well, my negative is the exact same as my positive.
Oh,
Mm.
So there's that.
that it ended.
No, you're not going to get that kind of goddamn compliment.
Haha.
No.
Beep-a-da-boop-a-da.
My negative and my positive are that the game was a buffet of vampire-esque themes.
A buffet. That's a good word for it.
Yes.
That is.
So
I felt like I gorged myself at. Oh, and we started the game with a buffet, too.
let me.
Sorry.
Keep
I'm
going,
s-
Russell.
so,
Enlighten me.
because, like I said, it was a buffet of vampire themes. So we were allowed to explore a bunch of different things. We've had our politicoso talking to other vampires and dancing the dance of politiques in the early game. We had a high flying, running on the rooftops, shooting people, driving on motorcycles, smashing through church doors, carts,
Riding on cars.
riding on cars. Doo-doo-doo.
Right on, God.
We had Scooby-Doo investigations several times. We had the mystic element several times, but we never quite honed in on one particular style or theme maybe not theme, but play style of a vampire game. We never quite fully fell into let's polities and dance around the subjects of right and wrong or controlling the city.
All I can say is that was
You're
all.
interrupted.
That was all you guys.
Hey,
You
Hey,
guys, you guys had ADD every session, going from what you wanted to do to what was actually happening.
the whole time I kept trying to talk to people, and the whole time I kept ending up shooting people in the face.
Maybe you should put the gun down.
Maybe they shouldn't run at me so fast.
Any
That's like I said, that's my positive and that's my negative. I enjoyed that we got to see a bunch of things, and I don't like that we didn't ever settle down to one.
okay,
Okay.
Dominic.
Makes- Oh, good. I'm glad you picked me now because I can tell that Russell really wanted a politicky game.
That was my character.
Yeah, it was your character, and it's also typical for a vampire game too.
Hmm.
So it's not unreasonable that Russell wanted that. Um, although it would have hung out Trent to dry
That's true.
because he wouldn't have been able to do any of that. Um, and I probably wouldn't have been very good at role playing that either. But yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. But I think that like the game, you can't be both. You can't be the buffet and the single course. You know?
But in a response to that negative, Russell, and I guess also to Dominic, is if I because you guys made such a vast variety of characters. Basically, Russell was Talkie Man, Henry was a smart girl, and Trenton was the rough and gruff tumble character. What I tried to do is rotate every game, giving you a different play style based on what the characters that were there. But just given your decisions and the things that you did, and me not wanting to say no, don't do that because then I'll have to do this, because that kind of defeats the purpose of role playing. I had to roll with the punches.
Mm.
And I think I probably would have. See, I like the politicky aspect of Vampire, but I don't know how long that would my interest would have stayed if we just continued to use politics throughout. Because I mean, there's got to be some like. I think what Russell's concern was that we went a little bit we went off the deep end with physical violence. Maybe is that what it is, Russell?
I felt like I was a little bit thrown away to the side. I managed to recover by just respending and then improvising, but I didn't get to do quite as much of what I was made for. The character was made for, which was talking to people and convincing people of things.
Right.
But whatevs. We did. I shot people in the face, and I'll never be sad in a game where I shot someone in the face.
Yeah, you actually ended up being more of the powerhouse than any of us.
I think I murdered
Oh.
more people than either of you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
at least I got to kill Nikolai.
That's true. That's true. You did shove him into a fire. After.
But at the same time, Russell, what is also evident to me is that you also politicked more than either of us. Even though it was a combat, at times it would get combat heavy. Not every session was like that by any means, but even though we kind of split the difference with combat and politicking, you still politicked a lot.
That's true. I can see.
I mean, just relative to what like Trent was doing or what Lucy was doing. Although, I mean, Lucia, I think is arguable. Lucy was also doing a lot of her. Lucia just had a lot of spotlight. Lucy had a lot of spotlight.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. But anyways, so negatives throughout the whole campaign.
Mhm.
God, I don't know. I think I just covered it. I think it comes back to maybe it's kind of back to like my early negatives when we first talked about when we were first giving positive and negatives, and like I felt like maybe Russell could have had more of a politicky spotlight.
Mhm.
I mean, even though I think he out-politicked the two of us, the other two characters, I think it probably would have been. I mean, because it's just like there's some expectations with Vampire for that.
Well, yeah. In that regard, all I will throw in is that Russell made a very political character, which I'm fine with. But as a game master or a storyteller, I felt that whenever I'd put him in situations where he could politically be political, I don't know, maybe it was just a scene or whatever it would be. Russell would say,
Shoot him in
okay,
the face.
Russell would kind of back out of the situation, like not necessarily like run away from it, just like, okay, I'm not going to say anything, I'm just going to watch what happens. And I was like, really, I put you here, in the hammer and sickle for a reason. I put you back here at Elysium for a reason.
Uh, the reason for those specific examples, I can actually remember what caused me to not do stuff, which was Lucia was standing next to me.
Well, no,
I was watching
then
every
again,
move.
but no, but then again, that kind of goes back to you guys once again. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of trying to defend myself, but no. What I mean is,
You asked for it.
I know I was presenting these opportunities to you, but because of the way your characters were developing, you weren't taking them, which is totally fine, But I was presenting them, or at least I
Well,
thought I was
yeah,
presenting them.
I think there's a incentive to like sit back and like gather information,
Hmm.
which is more is that's more passive obviously than like jumping in and being like, hey, boopity boopity with every character. So like, I mean, I understand. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Russell, there's moments where Russell could have been like more like actively political, but like, what is he gonna do? Like, some of these characters are like, we don't know if we can trust them or not. So it's like, sit back and
But that
yeah,
is some of the beauty of Vampire. You don't know.
yeah. I know
If you
that
can
that
trust
really
them.
is a vampire thing. Like, there's so much like corruption and manipulation that it's like the politicky aspect is it's just hard. I think. But I think Russell did a great job with it
Oh
in
yeah.
doing it. Um, but it was yeah, that's
Thank you, though.
Okay. Any other negatives?
I have a negative.
Well, no, I was asking Dominic if he was done.
Oh.
oh yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Henry. By all means.
My only negative is and I know for PCs and stuff this is different, but I know you brought this up earlier, but my only real negative was how fast everything went. I mean, PCs themselves are kind of gifted with the fact that they're faster because they're controlled by the players.
Hmm.
But I don't know, for a vampire game that took place in 4 days, like the only thing that like caused me for concern is these vampires weren't very patient, and so I don't know. Over a span of 3 days, it feels just the tiniest bit rushed. But in that case, I also know why that is because you asked us ahead of time. What kind of do you want to go through like long periods of time and stuff, and we said no.
Hmm.
So I know that was all on us, but yeah.
Well, all I can say in that regard is, given the specifications you guys gave me, I tried to run the type of game that I
We
was
wanted.
hoping. Yeah, exactly, that you wanted.
and we all wanted something totally different.
Yeah, you all wanted something totally different, which is fine. It's a storyteller's job first and foremost to entertain and keep you guys entertained, and I hope I at least did that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
That was definitely a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to the pauses that we can end on a good note. Okay, Russell.
Like I said, my positive is my negative. Uh, we got to do a lot of stuff. We got to see a lot of things happening. That allowed for a lot of different, play styles and events. It allows us to solve situations in a numerous amount of ways. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, and it gave me, like I said, it's a buffet taster for a vampire game. And since this was my first vampire game, it allows me to, when I eventually ever get around to running it in some way, it gives me a good example to draw from.
Well, It was your first. I think it was everybody's first vampire game, right? Except mine.
Well,
And
it was my first complete vampire game because I'd
Yeah,
only
yeah.
ever done
That's what I
one
mean.
session.
It was everybody's first complete start to finish vampire game.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Dominic.
Yeah, it was the vampire game I always dreamed of. No, it was a lot of fun. I've had obviously very little experience with World of Darkness games. I've played in one play by post Requiem game, which is a lot of fun too, but never finished. Um, and this it was. I mean, it actually surprised me how grand it got. I thought it, in some ways, I actually, I think this might have been, in some ways, my expectations might have aligned with Russell's a bit from the beginning as being like a very focused, like intimate, and like close group kind of situations. I don't know if that was what Russell was thinking, but with like the politicky stuff. But this game was like this game had the roof blown off of it. Like, I did not expect to see like mages or anything even close to.
Well, the only reason the mages were introduced is because Russell asked me if he could have a mage
yeah,
contact.
Right, and I gathered that eventually that was probably because I wasn't paying attention to what his contact was when we started the game. But I don't even think you guys even gave that information. But no, it was just really like I just felt like I could get into a vampire character. I felt like I just had a lot of opportunity to get into this angry cowboy. And I felt that I just really I kind of just wanted like enough opportunities to like drink blood, kick ass, be kind of tragic and emo about stuff, and like that was I
Gonna
got
give
plenty
him
of
the emo.
and I got plenty of opportunity to do that. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it was much grander, and I was not expecting any travels in time at all. And that was cool. Not that, yeah. But and also playing an NPC, that was an interesting. I thought that was just an interesting experience, just to like. I always kind of wondered, like, oh, what would it be like to have players or me as a player play an NPC at random, and that was at random, really. I mean, or that was on the spot, and that was fun.
Well, it had been planned out for a while, and I had been meaning to run it by you guys. But
Yeah.
as you guys can all be my witness, for like the past month or so, we haven't been able to get together at all.
Yeah, that's another problem. We'd had such some times where we
Disconnects, I guess.
just could disconnect, and that happened it really only happened a couple times. I mean, that's pretty good.
Hmm.
I mean, I only just from what I hear of how games go and just some experience in the past, like so we finished the game. That's pretty sweet.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Henry?
My positive. My positive kind of dates back to a little earlier thing that we were talking about, and my positive in particular was well, like this. It was my first complete vampire game. I got to play a vampire game from start to finish, and it was awesome. I mean, I was hooked the entire time. I was never bored. I was interested in the things that were going on. I wanted to know more. I was just hooked, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, so that it was a great game, and I'm glad I got to play your vampire game. That's kind of my positive was you know, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. John deserves some things. That was a lot of gaming to GM.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I only have this little map here that I cut out of notebook paper.
I worked none, no hours. Well, that's good. I mean, we hope that you enjoyed it. I'm sure I speak for everybody else.
Honestly, I did. Coming into this, I will admit I was burned out on Vampire, and perhaps I still am. but just you all's interaction in general really helped add fuel to the fire. That's all I can say. And maybe that's a topic for another time where you have new players breathe life into an old game. So
Yeah, because I didn't notice any sort of like burnout from you, or a sense that you didn't like Vampire, which that's what I think all of us were kind of worried about, or at least I know that Henry was kind of expressing that to begin with. Was like, are you gonna hate running this while you're running it, kind of thing? Like, we don't want to make you run a Vampire game, but I didn't. I didn't.
I think my only real frustration came in the fact because it's like I say, I can write a vampire story like that, and come up with it like in 30 minutes. Bam, here's a complete chronicle. And the only frustrating part for me is actually running the chronicle, because it's like sometimes I feel I want to move a lot faster, but I don't want to feel like I'm rushing you guys.
Right.
Which is why I asked, how fast are you guys comfortable going? Do you guys want so many years to pass? Do you want it to be slow, to be fast? And basically, I think you guys agreed that you wanted day-to-day progression. So I was like, okay, that's what we'll do. So yeah, I think that was my only real, I guess, frustration is the fact that I can already write the chronicle, write the story. Not necessarily the beginning, the middle, and how it's going to end, but the beginning, the middle, and how I would like it to end. That's how I always try to present it.
Well, I loved it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. God. This session actually, I mean, I don't know why I was laughing so hard. There were some moments this last session, especially, where I was just like, this is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen.
Well,
Some of to begin with, it was just like just the debacles and the failed opportunities that we all had were just so awful. It was like, it was painful for a while, and then it was so much fun.
well, for me, all I can say is I think the ending was memorable because it got to a point where I don't know, it kind of dawned at me, this is the end type thing.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the end. You guys can possibly reuse your characters in another, maybe vampire or WoD game I run in the future. But as far as this chronicle goes, this is it.
I mean, come on now. Trent is definitely gonna be in like a near dark campaign after this.
Well, no, you see that's exactly why I wanted to put the closure the way I did towards the end, or at least offer that closure towards the end. So this way, I think I had told you guys, I wanted to kind of have like a movie ending type feel. So this way you guys can know, oh, it's like the end of a movie, like this is how it ends, but it's open to, possibilities, open to continuation and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So, I guess we're all kind of done here, huh?
Why no, I'm done.
So, are you gonna announce?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Don't
You're
pressure.
pregnant?
Don't pressure me. No.
Wait, but which one are we doing first? Though.
Well, there's only one that is gonna be up there. So, yeah. I guess
There's two.
well, hold up. If John wants to go ahead and like making a closing statement, I will follow through with that with my announcement.
Well, in closing for the vampire game, I've hoped everybody has enjoyed it. I hope it was memorable, and I hope it let everybody see what gaming is. Gaming is meant to be fun. It can be serious. It should be serious at times, but ultimately you should be enjoying yourself.
I certainly enjoyed myself. All right, since the other two didn't want to enjoy themselves, I guess I will make my announcement.
I'm enjoying myself right now
time.
to that picture.
Yeah.
Let's check that picture and with trying to think of words.
So yeah,
Quickly,
I guess.
Future.
I guess for all the people that enjoyed our game and such, be on the lookout for the next Roll for Damage game, which is going to be a game run by me. It is going to be a Changing the Lost game with Russell, Dominic, and of course John, with me as the storyteller. And we have two very special guest role players with this as well. Personal friends of John. But the name of the game is The Roses Are Free.
As in freehold.
As in, The Roses Are Free. That's the title of the game.
And by the same token, what me and Henry had agreed upon, as well as this is open to Master Russell as well. I think he is working on a game, as it were.
Yeah. Yes, I am.
And that is what we're going to be doing is alternating games. So this way, no one pressure is put on a GM to run every single week or whatever the case may be. So Henry's going to start us off with Changeling, and by the same token, next week or the week after that, I will be running a Dark Sun game. It is going to be a 3rd edition Dark Sun game using some meta plot from 4th edition, but sounds confusing. It's very simple. So yeah, and the title for that is going to be The Black Sands. And I think maybe Russell has something to announce.
Oh, yes. In that revolution, I too plan on running a game, if people actually get around to making characters, which will be a Victoriana setting, set in London, that I haven't come up with a title for yet.
Mystery Victoriana game.
And Dominic will be running a 1st edition My Little Ponies game.
Oh, man!
Meaning My Little Ponies from the 1980s.
Oh, no!
Guys, you into it? Huh?
No!
No!
There's something wrong with the baby!
This kid, I'm not running anything. You crazy?
That's bullshit.
Anywho, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for listening to the Chronicle and listening to us ramble on. And, well, who wants to say it?
I guess I'll do it. Always remember to roll for damage.
Whoa, 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 whoa.